Hey, Rosalie, baby, how are you? Hey, Mom, how's it going? Oh, loud and busy as usual. Well, I guess that's what we get for owning a bodega in New York City for 15 years. You get what you deserve, I guess, huh? But I'm getting nervous, honey, to tell you the truth. Crime out here is really starting to make me and your stepdad nervous. Why? What's going on? It's just good old-fashioned street crime, but I thought those days were over. It's starting to look more like the New York of the 80s around here lately. And don't get Johnny started, he's got an arsenal behind the counter now. I know it's rough, it's a tough issue, but let's leave politics out of it, huh? Hey, you and I are always in agreement there. I have absolutely zero interest in that stuff. Just about as much interest as I have in crime and criminals. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. After everything I went through with your father, please. Have you heard anything about him recently? Heavens no, have you? Yeah, a lot, unfortunately. Why? What's wrong? If the deadbeat is actually talking to you, something must be wrong. Well, he's very upset about my choice in college. Well, so what? Who cares what he thinks? He never cared what we thought. Yeah, well, I agree with you there. Unfortunately, he's never been much of a dad. Or much of a husband, or an ex-husband at that. And I'm sorry for that, honey. I'm sorry I married such a dullard. Well, you can't be too sorry. It resulted in me. And for that, I thank the good Lord every day. But I don't know how you ended up smarter than me with him as your father. I mean, I'm fairly smart, I think. More street smart than book smart. But you're a genius, hun. Oh, come on, Mom. Yeah, I'm probably going to get accepted into UCLA, but that doesn't make me any genius. Well, you're the first in our family that's ever going to be going to college, and I'm just so proud of you, honey. All of us are. Me, Johnny, your aunts and uncles, your cousins, grandpa, grandma's just over the moon. Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that, but it isn't a done deal yet, so let's not, count your chickens before they hatch. I know, but still, you have to be a luck, sweetie. You have a 3.8 GPA for crying out loud, and with all your other accomplishments, please, they'd be lucky to have you. In fact, they'd be total idiots not to accept you. I know. So what's Leo's problem with UCLA? Too many hippies for him or something? No, he just thinks it's too far away. He's worried that something may happen to me and I'd be all alone out there. But yeah, actually, he's also worried about woke hippies and guys in general. I think guys mostly, to tell you the truth. That whole protective father thing. Which is absolutely ridiculous because he's never, not once, tried to be a good father to you. I know, Mom, I know. We divorced when you were 3, and thank God, because you were too young to really remember much of us together. Because I'd hate for you to have remembered a minute of it. I'm serious, Rosalie. It was that bad. But you always said he never, hit you or anything, right? No, certainly not, because I'm bigger than him and meaner, and he knows it. And he knows that I'd knock him right through the kitchen wall. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I don't remember any of that vibe. So what do you remember from that time? Do you remember anything from that far back? Well, I do remember a lot of my uncles coming around a lot. Well, certainly not my brothers at the time. Marky was in the service, and Vito was... Well, the less said about poor Vito, the better. Aw, Uncle Vito's doing okay now, though, right? Oh, yes, he's fine. The pizzeria treats him real good. So yeah, I just remember my uncles hanging around a lot at night, sitting at the kitchen table with Dad, smoking cigarettes and talking. But it's just this weird, shadowy memory, it almost could have never happened. Maybe it was just a dream, or something I made up. Nah, hun, you didn't make it up, but those weren't really your uncles, Oh, they weren't? You mean Ralphie and Carmine and Carlo aren't my real uncles? No, they were just associates of your father, business people. Associates? Business people? Yeah. You mean mob guys? Well, I guess enough time has passed. Yeah, mob guys. But you knew your father was involved in all of that for a while, right? Yeah, of course I knew. It wasn't hard to eventually figure out. Well, that's when I left him, right after he started bringing those goons around. And now he doesn't want you moving across the country, huh? Well, guess what? I don't either. But it's my daughter's life and I want her to be happy. Thanks, Mom. You're so supportive. A lot more supportive than most of my friends as parents. Well, now you're just kissing my butt, aren't you? A little. I don't want you to worry about him. There's nothing he can do to stop you from pursuing your dreams. Not if I have anything to do about it. Oh, yeah? Funny how he shows an interest all of a sudden, like he just needs to possess you, like he did me. The bastard. I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't have told you, Mom. I don't want to pick at old scabs. Well, you're not the one picking at them. He is. Don't worry, I won't let him talk me out of anything. Just be careful, honey. Leo Gervasi is a persistent and manipulative man. Yeah, but I'm his daughter. So am I. Uh-huh. Well, hurry up and take the train down here before it gets dark. I need some help. Seriously. Okay, Mom. Bye. Bye, doll. Leo Gervasi, where the hell do you get off? Well, excuse me. And who might this be? Oh, I bet you know damn good and well who this might be. Oh, well, I think I'll take a wild guess and say my lovely old ex-wife. How have you been, Pinky? How's the bodega? Still old and smelly and in need of a renovation you can't afford? You have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know anything about our lives. Yeah. Oh, so you're disputing the fact that you've never taken an interest in your daughter's life unless it's most convenient for you? Now just what the hell is that supposed to mean? Using the courts over the years to punish us when you're upset about something, or just going years on end ignoring us? Hey, I had to be out there making money. How else was I going to pay off all that alimony and child support you was always whining about? Oh yeah, the alimony and child support that the court ordered you to pay. So take it up with the judge, you deadbeat dad piece of crap. Yeah, tough talk. Oh, believe me, I am way tougher than you, and I think deep down in your shriveled little black heart, you know it. Oh, is that so, huh? So why'd you do it, huh? Do what? I didn't do jack. Oh, you don't know anything about Brian Kussberger? Who? I don't know no Brian Kissaberger. Kussberger, the admissions man at UCLA. Now, how would I know him? Well, he was attacked late last night coming out of his office. What? Wow. Now that is just really terrible. I tell you, crime is just awful out there in California right now. You know, it's so bad, I really think our daughter should reconsider going out there. Well, that's not going to matter much now, Leo. Oh, really? Why is that? Well, apparently a couple of goons from the Russo family paid him a visit last night. The Russos? Huh. Well, that's weird. Last night, you say? That's what I said. Well, how do they know it was the Russos? He let it slip to the cops when he was being questioned. He was pretty shook up. Psh, what an idiot. Now, why do you say that? Oh, no reason. Would it be because now the Russo family will retaliate against him? Well, how should I know anything about that? Well, they are friends of yours, are they not? No, they're most certainly not. You know I got away from that life a long time ago, years ago. No, I don't. I don't know anything about that. Well, you should. You seen any of my mugshots lately? So what? That doesn't mean anything. It certainly doesn't mean you aren't up to anything. It just means that maybe you've finally gotten better at it after all these years. So why would I send these guys, or whatever you think I did? What motive do you think I have? Come on, you don't think my daughter talks to me? She told me what a problem you had with her moving across the country. Hippies, boys, all kinds of crazy nonsense. Whatever, Pinky, you don't know anything. So I don't know that your daughter got an email first thing this morning saying that her application to UCLA has been denied? Well, so what? She had the grades, Leo. Her friend applied too and didn't have nearly as good a resume and got right in. Well, her family probably just has money or connections or something. That's how all these so-called universities work. It's all just one big racket. Don't you know that yet? Well, you would know something about rackets now, wouldn't you? Enough of your implications and innuendos, Pinky. I don't appreciate them, you hear me? I had not a thing to do with that girl getting turned down in that stupid school, you understand? And besides, like I care where she goes, you said it yourself, I never cared about her anyway. So maybe it's true, so what? I'm not paying for the damn thing anyway. Let that loser husband of yours take care of that. Stepfather of the year, ha! Well, Johnny was more of a father than you ever were. You're just doing this because you're possessive. You need to own people, especially the women in your life. And you can't own me anymore, so you're trying to go after our daughter. You're trying to ruin her life now. Crush her dreams like you tried to do mine. Well, I'm not going to let you. Do you understand, Leo? Yeah. Don't you know who my friends are? Bring it on, Pinky. I will, and you best be ready. Hey, hun, how's it going? Oh, hey, babe, just finishing up down here at the store, doing the paperwork. Fun stuff, huh?
Glad my boss gave me the night off so I don't have to do it.
Well, you better have some dinner prepared for your boss when she gets home.
Yep, I already got it in the oven. Eggplant parm, salad on the side with my homemade dressing, of course.
And garlic bread? Please tell me you made some garlic bread.
What do you think? Of course I made garlic bread. What do you think I am, nuts?
Well, yeah, a little bit actually.
Yeah, but I'm nuts in a fun way. More eccentric. You like that, right?
Well, I like it a whole lot better than that other guy's kind of nuttiness.
Oh, that's not who I was referring to. Sorry to make him come to your mind if that's what I did.
No, honey, you're sweet, but unfortunately he's not been far from my mind these last few days.
Well, that's totally understandable. After all the crap he pulled, that's a new low even for him. How's our girl doing with it all?
She's depressed, and she doesn't get depressed. Sure, she gets the blues sometimes, but nothing like this. She's not eating, she's not sleeping, and she's not applying for any more schools, and the deadline is coming up.
Well, do you think maybe I could talk to her or help her out maybe? After all, I got a little bit of experience with those kinds of feelings myself.
God bless you for saying that, Johnny, but I don't know if it would help just yet. She's never been the kind of girl that responds to any kind of pushing. She'd be more than likely just to veer off hard in the other direction.
Has she heard from her father any?
Nope, not a peep.
Real typical. What a jerk.
He's worse than a jerk, but I just don't want to spell it out on the phone.
I hear you, doll.
I just don't know what to do for the poor thing. So, is this how it's going to be?
What do you mean?
I mean, is Rosalie going to be forced to go to a school within a distance her bag of dirt father is comfortable with? And if she tries to get accepted anywhere else, is he going to beat up the admissions people?
Well, he tried it once. I don't see why he wouldn't try it again, but we'll figure something out if he does. Don't worry.
You have the patience of a saint, my darling.
Hey, my ex is no picnic in Central Park either, remember?
Yeah, but you two were blessed with having no children. It's a lot less complicated that way.
So do you think he'll do anything to you? Send his goons your way or anything like that?
Well, I don't see why. He got what he wanted.
Yeah, but he may try to intimidate you further, you know? Make sure you don't try anything else.
Why? What would he do? Certainly he wouldn't have the cojones to hurt me.
No, as much of a piece of crap as he is, he wouldn't want Rosalie hating him forever for that. But I don't know, I could see him sending a guy to mess up the bodega.
Are you psychic, hun?
What are you talking about?
Because a rather large man just walked into my store and he's staring straight at me, and he's not saying a word.
Well, ask him what he wants.
He asked where the cookies were. Now he's walking around the bodega, looking around.
What's he looking at? Is he looking at you?
Here and there he is, glances and the like.
We got the security camera up and running now, don't we?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so, babe?
Well, they were working this morning, but you know how they get after 6?
We really gotta get those things fixed, babe.
I know, I will, but it's so damn expensive.
Okay, what's he doing now? Is he looking at you?
No, he's got one of the cooler doors open, and he's looking at the beer, examining the labels.
What kind of beer is he looking at?
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Yeah, why? Is that a bad thing?
Oh, this guy's trying to fool you for sure. Try and act real casual. Grab the smoke bomb.
The smoke bomb? Really?
Yeah, grab it. I showed you how to use it, right?
But what about the baseball bat? I feel more comfortable with the baseball bat.
The baseball bat? What are you talking about? He'll take that thing away from you in about a half a second, babe.
Well, okay, what about the gun? There's about 10 of them back here, Johnny.
Nah, you'll shoot up the entire damn store.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Just pull the pin and throw it at the sucker.
Won't it hurt him?
No, it'll just stun him.
Well, okay, then what am I supposed to do?
You grab your purse and a handkerchief and put it around your mouth and run like hell out of there.
I don't know if I can do this, Johnny.
Come on, Pinky, you can do it. You're doing it for your daughter, remember? You're doing it for Rosalie.
I know.
So these mobbed up creeps will leave our family alone for good and let her do what she wants in life.
Okay, you're right, I'll do it.
Okay, after you do it, just run out into the street and then call the cops or flag one down if you see one, okay? You got it?
Okay, I got it.
Okay, ready? Count down from 3. Ready?
Yes, ready as I'll ever frickin' be. I love you, honey.
I love you too, doll. And I love your daughter and the little life we have together in this crazy city. Despite your lunatic for an ex-husband, I wouldn't rather be with anybody else. Now you can do this, babe, okay?
Let's roll.
3, 2, 1.
In the fog of war, Pinky had forgotten that she played softball in junior high. Somehow, some of that muscle memory returned at the critical moment, and the smoke grenade hit the goon, later identified as Sammy the Nail Nitty, directly in the testicles. The entire bodega filled with smoke, and she escaped into the streets like Batgirl. Nitty was arrested, and his accomplices, too, were soon apprehended. They were Billy McGill and one Leo Gervasi. Rosalie reapplied at UCLA, and after the legal matters were cleared up and Brian Kussberger's rounds of trauma therapy, she was accepted. Pinky and Johnny are very, very proud.